Hey guys, Putt here, bringing you my Week 1 matchup from Season 4 of the NABA. So I did record this live initially, but I was using the wrong microphone. I forgot to check it beforehand, so I was using my webcam microphone instead of this microphone I have here. So the sound quality was terrible, and it did not sound good at all, and it was a lot of static and stuff. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the live recording, and then I'm going to talk over it. The only thing that'll be live though will be the battle, and of course the top screen with the battle, and the bottom screen where I'm choosing my moves and stuff. As far as the sprites on the screen with the Pokemon, I decided I'm gonna do it again here as we go through. Hopefully, I remember to do it when I was doing the battle. All that stuff going through my head. I forgot to clear them off until like the very end. So I'm just gonna try to redo it, and hopefully I can remember to do it. Okay. So as far as the team goes, initially up here on the screen I had Manaphy, Alola Ninetales, Mimikyu, Beedrill, Donphan, and Lucario. But he didn't bring in the Muck instead of the Mimikyu. So I got 5 out of the 6 right, so I felt pretty good about that guess straight out of the gate. I knew he'd bring Lucario, Manaphy, and Alola Ninetales because those 3 are really good. And then I thought the Donphan was very likely just because of Rapid Spin. I felt pretty confident about those 4, and then I thought there was a good chance to just bring his Mega. So guessing those 5 wasn't too hard, just because some of them are really good against my team. And so here we're just waiting for people. I'm trying to figure out my lead because I want to lead Kyurem, but I'm also scared that he leads Beedrill and gets to chunk my Kyurem out really early because I am Scarf Kyurem, but I'm not fast enough to outspeed Beedrill. So I'm trying to decide if I should lead Sharpedo. Because if I lead Sharpedo, I can protect, get my speed boost, and then even if he switches, I can get a hit onto something. So he does lead the Ninetales, which is fine because I can click Iron Head and easily one-hit KO it if he wants to stay in. So that's what I'm hoping he does here. And like I said, I am Scarf Kyurem, so I will outspeed him. And I'm not worried about him being scarfed and hit me with anything. He won't kill me, one-shot with me with anything. So I do easily one-shot. The crit doesn't matter there. Iron Head 100% kills Ninetales every time, with it being 4 times weak to Steel. So that was a huge start for the match for me. Let me get this Ninetales off the screen here. So that was a huge start for me. There we go. So it was a really good start for me because that Ninetales is really, really good against my team offensively, and I just didn't want to have to deal with it. So getting out of the way is huge. So he goes go Donphan here, knowing that I'm Scarf now since I outsped his Ninetales, and I'm locked into Iron Head. Of course, Iron Head's not going to do a ton to this Donphan, and he can get a lot of chip damage on me. So trying to decide what I wanted to do here. My play was either going to go Pelipper or Rotom, but I figured Rotom would be better because I do have Defog on Rotom. I didn't have Defog on that Pelipper. So he does set the rocks here. And so I wanted to Hydro Pump here and try to threaten this Donphan, not knowing that it probably doesn't have anything to really hit me. Because imagine his set is Ice Shard, Earthquake, Rapid Spin, Stealth Rocks. So he goes into his Alolan Muck, and the Hydro Pump misses. But that's okay, it's not too big of a deal. So I do get my Defog off here, as he does knock off my Citrus and poison me. So that's unfortunate that my Rotom lost his Citrus and got poisoned. But really my Rotom in this match wasn't like a huge offensive threat against his team when you look at it. So losing my Rotom was fine. As long as I got rid of the rocks, that was the main thing, and he did do that. So I was pretty glad with that. So then I T-Bolt here, just to get some chip damage off as Rotom goes down. And then I go Gliscor here because I think, okay, if he tries to Shadow Sneak anything, Poison Touch on Gliscor is fine because I can just use Poison Heal because I'm Scarf Gliscor, but I do have Poison Heal as my ability. So I go for the Earthquake there. I was kind of surprised he stayed in, but it worked out really well for me. But yeah, so he goes into Donphan here. He doesn't know I'm Scarfed at this point because Gliscor does outspeed Muck regardless, but I'm expecting him to Ice Shard or Rocks, so I just go Kyurem, and he does Ice Shard luckily, and it only does a little bit, so I'm hoping he stays in here. So I just go for the Ice Beam because I know I can one-hit KO through the Sturdy with my Terravolt ability, and I have my Kyurem EV'd with just enough special attack to guaranteed one-hit KO Donphan, so that does work out really well there, and I get rid of the Donphan, and the threat of Rocks is now gone from my team. Oh, let me get rid of Donphan and Rotom here. Donphan, let's see, where's Rotom? There we go. Okay, so now I just send out the Beedrill, and I'm locked into Ice Beam. So all 4 of my moves will actually one-hit KO Beedrill, but I started running some quick calcs here, and I just wanted to make sure that the Beedrill couldn't one-shot me with anything, because I want to be able to, I can't outspeed the Beedrill, like I said. So Poison Jab, like you see there's the 65 max, and so I just go into the team builder, and I want to just make sure I just do a little double check on his move pool, and make sure I didn't miss a move that would that could take care of my Kyurem here. And so I just decided to check the physical moves, and I don't see anything that's gonna be like finishing my Kyurem off from here. And so with that in mind, I know that he's more than likely not gonna stay in, because he's probably gonna run his own calcs and say, okay, my Beedrill can't kill the Kyurem here. So if my Beedrill can't kill the Kyurem here, I'm gonna need a U-turn. Because if he doesn't U-turn, then like if he just poison jabs me here, I can live it, and then I kill him with an Ice Beam 100% of the time. So his plan is going to be to U-turn. So I decide to instead go to my Gliscor, because I predict him to U-turn. So he does U-turn, and I thought if he poison jabs, that's fine. I have a chance to get poison, get my poison heal up. It's kind of the safer switch for sure. And then he does go into Manaphy here, so this is kind of a weird play for me, a weird point in the game, because I had 2 options here. I can just start clicking Earthquake and whittle this thing down, or I can U-turn into my Kyurem and try to go for a better differential. But I decided to go for the Earthquake, as it does a clean 46%, and he does Tail Glow, which is fine with me because I do have ways in the back to beat Tail Glow Manaphy. So I whittle it down all the way to 6%. And the Scald does kill me. I was afraid to U-turn into Kyurem Black, fearing that he would carry a Z-Dazzling Gleam. I don't know how much damage that would do per se, but if he's like max special attack modest, I don't want to catch Z-Dazzling Gleam on Kyurem. I just didn't want to run the risk of him killing my Kyurem when my Kyurem is really safe in the back. So then I run a calc for Lucario here just in case he switches it in, just to see which one of my moves did the best, and it was Fusion Bolt. So that was nice. Hold on. I need to take Muck off the board. Gliscor. So I go for the Fusion Bolt. Of course, it's going to finish off the Manaphy, no problem. So then out comes the Beedrill, and then at this point I was kind of confused because it doesn't really matter. But if he went to like Lucario here, I can't kill Lucario with one shot, and then his Lucario can easily one-hit KO me. So you're seeing that does a clean amount of damage. And so I just go ahead and finish him off here with the second Fusion Bolt. Then he goes for his Beedrill here, and I'm just gonna let my Kyurem go down because Kyurem's done his job. I have a way to beat him in the back. There's no reason to switch out. I wanted to go Magnezone here, of course. I mean, it would be terrible because he's probably running Drill Run. So I mean, if he didn't have Drill Run, then my Magnezone 100% beats it every time. But I just went for Sharpedo because that's the safer play to go for. And I'm going to protect on turn 1 because after 1 speed boost, Sharpedo will outspeed Mega Beedrill, which is very, very useful. So I Mega Evolve, and I just decided to run some quick calcs. I was pretty for sure that both Crunch and Liquidation KO, but I just wanted to make sure with the game this close and this late, you can never be too careful. I also didn't know his full move pool at the time, so I didn't know if I would have messed up if he had something to hit Pelipper or Magnezone. So I do finish off the Beedrill there pretty easily. So overall, I predicted pretty well what his team was going to be, and then I had some good win cons, which was get rid of the Ninetales so I don't have to worry about Aurora Veil. Make sure that he doesn't get to keep rocks up on my side, which the Rotom did a good job of. So overall, Scarf Kyurem Black was just super good against his team, and he didn't really have any good switch-ins to it. There was a few times where, like say the Alolan Muck play when I brought a Gliscor, if he could have switched, that might have been good for him. Or when I brought Kyurem on Donphan, if he would have switched into Manaphy, that could have been somewhat useful. But he didn't really make any switches that helped him gain momentum. So I was able to just come in and clean up some moves. Now granted, I did have ways to beat certain things like +3 Manaphy. So I wasn't too concerned in the end if he was going to try to set up and stuff, because I did kind of have some fail-safes in the back. But well, one of the main things that was so useful is getting rid of that Ninetales early. Really freed up some of my mons as far as what their responsibilities in this match were. Um, but overall, the match went pretty well. The only play that I could have made that would have made it any better, like I said, was the Gliscor play where I could U-turn into Curum. Because if I U-turn Gliscor into Curum, the U-turn would do about 22% because Earthquake was doing, I think, like 48 or 46 or something. So it would have done around like 20-something% with the U-turn. And then if I go into my Curum on the Tail Glow, yeah, he gets the +3. But then of course outspeed with Fusion Bolt and kill the Manaphy. And then if he makes the same play that he did where he went Beedrill and U-turned, I can easily take that U-turn and then kill the Lucario. Then my Curum would go down then to the Beedrill, of course, but then I can wait, would my Curum even go down to Beedrill? Well, maybe so. I can't remember exactly, but let's say just Curum goes down to Beedrill. Then I can go into Gliscor and finish off the Beedrill with an Earthquake, and that would have kept my differential at 4-0 instead of 3-0. But I let my Gliscor go down just because I felt like it was a safer play. I really didn't want to U-turn into a Z Dazzling Gleam and lose my Curum because that was my. I still had Magnezone in the back who can easily one-shot Manaphy, but still I didn't want to run any kind of risk like that. So I just made the safer play, which was to leave Gliscor in, and it ended up netting me a 3-0. So looking back, I could have made the 4-0 play, but overall, I think the safer play was just to go for the 3-0 because if I do mess up on that play and lose my Curum to like a Z Dazzling Gleam, then I may end up only with like a 1-0 or a 2-0. So I made the middle ground play, and it worked out pretty well. So it was a good game by Colton. There was a few times where he stayed on Curum, where he probably shouldn't have, but he really didn't have a good switch into Curum either. Like I said, there's not that many things that can live 2 hits from my Curum. Especially, like, the only thing that really could would probably be the Donphan if I was going for, like, a physical. I mean, of course, Fusion Bolt, if I'm going for Fusion Bolt. So getting him out of the way was huge because I could click Fusion Bolt regardless. Getting that Muck out of the way was also nice because with it being, I think it was a Assault Vest, it could take hits, sponge hits pretty well. So yeah, it was a good game. Yep, I'll play Caleb next week. That'll be a fun game. Hopefully I can do that one live as well, and hopefully I remember to use the right microphone. We shall see. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.